Morning everyone. Today we are going to create a simple database system in Microsoft Access. One of my friends has requested to create an application so that he could save time in data entry and one click he could generate a report. So let's begin. This is the sample data in the spreadsheet. The data you see here, as it goes along, it may repeat. And the size of the database, the size of the data should get larger. For instance, say Adam wants to do the lesson the next day. So Adam is from Sutherland. Okay, so we have the same Adam from Sutherland wants to do the lesson the next day. Okay, so say 26th of September, and start time is at 6 in the morning. Okay, and the lesson end time is 7 o'clock. Let's assume it's 7 o'clock. So total hour, let's do it. Total hour is this minus that. And this is the fraction of 8. So let's do simple mathematics. I've got a calculation. So alright. So see, the standard rate is always 50, so let's say, and there's no discount. So no discount. Okay, so receipt date is the same day. This is 26th of 9/20, and then payment receipt date is the same day. Okay. So look at his payment method. So this time he's paying by say PayPal, and his client status. His status is student, and reference and a reference from the friend. All right. Okay. So what's happening here is, alright. Say Adam wants to do the lesson. Okay. So the client name, address, the status, the payment method, the status, and the reference, they are going to repeat. So these columns can be normalized, but he has to enter all these every time someone takes the lesson. Okay? So actually, data normalization in simple term is a process of reducing the number of duplicate data. So which means, see, we could normalize this table actually. So which means it reduced the number of duplicate data and organized the database into tables and columns. So Microsoft Access handles it well. Okay, so how we do it? So in order to save time, a bit of automation, and more user-friendly interaction, we're going to create a database in Microsoft Access. For that, we run a Microsoft Access application. Okay, so let's run the application. Okay, so what we do here, so let's create a blank database. So give it a name. Receipt, daily receipt. Okay, daily receipt. Let's create it. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create tables. Okay, so how we do it? We go to create and table design, and then we create. First, we need to create. Let's create a client table first. Okay, so let's type in client ID. This is auto number. This is a primary key. It's client name. So address, state, postcode, phone number. Okay, and let's save this and give it the name client T. Now, what is this? Now we need to create another table, invoice table init, based on this. Okay, so it's gonna be invoice ID, order number. We need invoice number, invoice date, this is date and time, time in, which is date and time as well, time out, date and time as well, and amount due, it's currency, discount if there is any, currency, and due date. We need date and time, and let's say notes if any. Let's save this table. And now we need another table. Let's create another table. Let's have a look what else we need. Yeah, we need a payment table. Let's create a table. Let's give a name, payment ID. This is auto number, primary key, payment, so receipt date, receipt amount, so date and time, this is currency, and notes. Okay, well, let's add the table and give it a name, payment T. Well, now we need another table based on this spreadsheet. We need another table. Yeah, let's create a table, payment type, ID, order number, your primary key, and payment type. Short text. Give it a name, payment type T. Let's have a look. We need status, client status, and reference. Based on this, we need another table. Let's create one. It's gonna be status table. This is status ID. This is auto number. It's primary key and status type. Short text. Give it a name. Status T. Okay. Now one more table we need. That's reference table. Reference ID, order number, primary key, and reference type. Okay, so give the name, reference T. Well, now let's create database. Okay, let's relate all these data, all these tables. Okay, for that, alright, to relate this table, so we got primary key in each table. So to relate this table, we need the foreign key, okay, which is very important. Otherwise, we cannot relate back to the table. Alright, this status and this reference, they got their own primary key, but we have to relate this table, these tables, to this client table. So for that, we need a reference ID on this client table and status ID on this client table. They're gonna be the foreign key and this table. So how we do that? Let's go back to design view. Okay, and status ID, the number, and the reference ID number. Okay, let's save that. Alright, so we got a status ID and a reference ID as a foreign key. So how we do it? Let's drag it and tick on all these for referential integrity. Okay, tick on all these three. So now this creates one-to-many relationship. Okay, so between the status T and client T is a one-to-many relationship. It's created. And likewise, what to do with this. So how you relate this client back to this invoice table. So for that, this client ID, this foreign key, client ID foreign key should be on this invoice table. So let's do that. And here, entire row, it's going to be client ID, it's the number. Okay, let's close this, save this. Here you go, that's client ID. Alright, let's create a relationship between these tables. This is a one-to-many relationship has been established. Okay, so likewise, for the payment, what we have to do is we have to relate this table to this table. So we need to create a foreign key on this payment T table. So how we do that? Let's open this payment T up and then insert a row. So invoice T, invoice ID, number, that's data type. Save this. Here you go. Now you can relate this table back to this payment table. So we have established relationship one-to-many, and likewise we're going to do same between these tables. So this payment type ID is auto number. There's primary key here. So we need a foreign key on this payment T table. So how we do that? We go back there, open this table up. It's one invoice ID, the other there, insert a row, and then payment type ID, which is a number. Let's save this and close this. There you go. So relate this table with this. So establish relationship. Take all this reference integrity. There you go. So now we created a database, a relational database in Microsoft Access. Okay, so let's start putting this in. So client name is Adam, address is Sutherland for now. So let's ignore these. And status ID. So let's open up status ID. Status ID. Oh yeah. Okay. So go to status. Okay. Go to open status table, and they are students. They are what else? Like I say, resident, permanent residence, PR, and citizen. Okay. Save this and close this, and likewise the reference table in it, reference type. So reference word of mouth, you can do that. And what else? catalog, web, and what else? Yeah, friend, that's what about. Alright, let's say Google. Not Google. Local paper. Local newspaper. Okay. Done. Alright, so let's open this up. Status. So what's the status of this client? Yes, which is, I hate this tab format. Anyway, so we can fix that, but we're not going to do that now. So client, so it is student. So Adam is a student. So let's say 1. So status 1 is student, and then the reference. So Adam. So reference from friends or word of mouth is definitely 1. And likewise, Adam again. Oh no, sorry. Dravin from sensors area. There you go. Status ID is 1. And now it's 3. Reference to Danny. It's from Cumberland. Status ID is 2. Reference ID 1. 3. And who else? Georgie. Georgie from North Sydney. Status ID. Let's ignore these lines. Let's take postcode and phone. Status ID say 3 and 1. Okay, and who else? Ronaldo. Okay. So Mr. Ronaldo is from Portugal. Okay, Portugal. Status ID is what is he? I don't know. Okay, student. The reference ID is what about? Alright, so let's save this one. Let's have a look. So open up the client table and okay, let's close down. So open up this client table and you'll see, okay, so this client ID is related back to this invoice ID. Okay, so you can enter all these. Say invoice number is DRV 001. Invoice date is today's date. Time in is 7 AM and 8 AM. Sorry, go 8 AM. Amount due is say 50. No discount. Due date is today. 10th. Let's see. Let's save that. So here, what's happening here? Actually close down. Anyway, open up again. So daily receipt. Okay, so enable. Alright, let's create a form so that we can see more clearly. Go to fill it, so all tables, bring it up. Alright, let's run this. See here, the client name is Adam, the address is Sutherland. Look at this status ID. You see number only, okay? So not the whole word, but instead we see this number only, which saves so much space in database. And and also it runs very smoothly and faster as the database gets larger. Thank you.